Little update on the Firefly, which I have deemed the Red Devil. This is the action height. It is 4/64ths on the bass side and 3/64ths on the treble side. So I've gotten that exactly where I want it. The work I did on the bridge saddle to focus, smooth out those V grooves is working out nicely as well. And you can see all the little dust particles that have accumulated underneath the strings and the tailpiece area already. Just sitting out in my basement on the table. Also, the nut has been worked on, and I have dropped the action at the nut to 18/64ths on the bass side and 16 to 17 on the treble side, which feels a lot better now. And this is a new set of strings. I've been able to get the tone I want to match up my Telecaster, which I'm using to practice the next song, by lowering the action or the height of the pickups under the strings, especially with the bridge one. That's the one I'm using. I've been able to get kind of a single coil noiseless pickup tone from this thing, a little bit brighter and spankier, like a Telecaster. Because now that I have this, I want to try to use it in my next music video. And I've also determined that now that everything is working out pretty good and I'm a little bit more happy with this thing, these tuners must go. They're a little bit too coarse for the gear ratios, and a little bit touchy on tuning. They overtune and undertune, and then they won't hold tune either. With the new strings on and the locking way that I wrap the strings around the post and twist and lock, as demonstrated by the Martin Guitar Company, which is quite useful. I use it on all my guitars. The tuners are still a little bit too loose. The pegs rock quite a bit, and the gear ratio is too coarse. So I'll be looking into trying to find a replacement set of Grovers or something similar, Goto, that's exactly the same footprint as what these are, to make sure that the screw hole lines up exactly the way these do. So there's no more holes and no holes left open, because that tab is in a different place. So this is where I am with the guitar mechanically. I'm feeling a whole lot better about it now. A little bit of dust particles in there. Oh, it's just reflection. It's reflection off the chrome. It's not actually dust particles that much, but there is some on the pickups. It's amazing how the camera picks up stuff your eyes can't see. So the knobs are not looking too bad. I do have a replacement set of knobs that I bought for a Les Paul some time ago, which I could put on there, but didn't need to. I'm happy with the electrics and the pots at the moment. They're smooth and they feel good. They're the mini pots. Nice smooth feel to them. My tone pots are linear compared to somebody else's who's found that they have logarithmic or audio tapered pots on their tones. Even even the volume controls are linear, so I'm happy with that. The switch is kind of okay. Probably could use a better one, but for now it seems to be satisfactory. The roller bridge is on its way to replace this 2-pneumatic. I bought a made in Korea BM005 and a BM003. There's only a very slight physical size, external physical size between the two of them. I don't know which one will work better on this guitar, but either way I'll end up putting one of them on here and one of them on the Gibson Les Paul that I have. So this is my setup to make this sound a little bit more like my Telecaster number 2, which is this baby here, which had the best sound of all the guitars. For the next instrumental, maybe it's time. So to make it sound exactly as close as possible, kind of like that bright, spankier sound, the single coil noiseless. Yeah, so it's and I've got this set up on a 65 Deluxe reverb, some overdrive and some delay and a little bit of reverb on it, and the tones and things, kind of set. I might throw in a picture in the middle of this thing of my Fuse software. It's nice when you have multiple amplifier models that you can emulate, and then throw some different effects on them. You can basically choose from thousands of sounds and make any guitar sound like almost anything you like. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. So I'm a little bit happier now, like I said, with this. The neck feels good. I like the feel of this neck. It's very much like my Telecaster necks. And there's good reach here. Here's 12. And then there's 22 up there. There's 19 here. So there's good reach, although it's very narrow here between these frets. Very narrow. I can't do a full bar chord in there and get my fingers in. Actually, I can't get them in there, up there. So not that I do bar chords up there very often. But yeah, I like. And I dropped the height of the pickup to make it sound a little less warm, also below what they call standard specifications of an 1/8 on this side, 1/16 on that side for both of them. This is on the bridge pickup. That's all the one I'll use. Play. Warms it up a bit. That's also lower than standard by quite a lot. That's about as warm as I like it. Bluesy. Cool. So I pretty much can do what I want with it, and after I get the rollers on there, it'll be better. That little wire that holds these screws in, it comes loose. I've kind of like tweaked it right now, but every so often I'll hit a bzzz, bzzz. Don't like that. And the tuners are very coarse. Tuners are very coarse. It's holding tune better. was, because I, lock the strings on itself. So starting to be like what it should have been, I think. So you start with $140 US. That translated into a couple of hundred Canadian to do the exchange rate and pay the taxes coming across the border. And with, I think this cost me about 25 bucks. 25 bucks for the roller bridge, and I think it was 18 for the 003. And the tuners are probably going to end up costing me somewhere around, I'd say $70 after exchange rates and taxes. I'll probably go to GFS and get a set that matches these of the Wilkinson or Goto type that I kind of have on the Telecaster. Yeah, I see these have a very similar style. These Wilkinson with the tab in about the same place as the ones are on here, except I'd need a 3 and 3 instead of a 6 in line. And those tuners are really good. They work very well and they're nice and tight. 14:1 gear ratio. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on this thing, and it's going to be used hopefully in my next video, which should be coming up pretty soon. I'm ready to record. I just was trying to get the final settings on it today with the new set of strings on it. Maybe It's Time by Bradley Cooper from A Star Is Born. Alright, cheers. I'll let you know when I get the rest of this stuff on here.